Hello again, my DIY loving friends. I'm Sarah, and this is Medicated Housewife DIY, where crafting and mental health come together. In today's video, we're turning Dollar Tree treasures into high-end home decor magic. Get ready to spring into elegance with some chic and budget-friendly DIYs that'll have your home looking like $1,000,000 without spending it. So what are we waiting for? Let's go DIY together. For this DIY, we'll be using a total of 24 of the infamous brown tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree. I'm also using this super glue wood glue from Dollar Tree to attach them. And to begin with, I'm making 2 sets of 5 blocks that are all attached end to end in a straight line, as you can see me doing right here. Next, we'll be making 2 sets of 2 blocks also attached end to end. However, I needed to extend their length just a tiny bit, so I cut a couple of pieces of these wood coffee stir sticks. I got them on Amazon, but you can use the wood craft sticks from Dollar Tree if you prefer. I glued 2 of the craft stick pieces on the top of one of the blocks, and then I repeated that a second time. I glued one of the blocks to a block with that added stick piece on top, and I repeated that for a second set of 2 blocks. Then I create a second set of all of the block pieces that we just made, as you can see here. So I've got 4 sets of 5 blocks and 4 sets of 2 blocks for a total of 24 blocks. I attached one of the 2 block sets to one of the 5 block sets using a ruler to keep it as straight as possible, and then attached the second set of 2 to the other side of that 5 block set, also using the ruler to make this long U shape. And I wanted it to be as straight as I possibly could make it. I repeated that long U shape with the second set of 5 blocks attached to the 2 sets of 2 blocks, the same exact way, using the ruler to keep it all as straight as possible, and then I'm going to set all the pieces aside to dry. I grabbed 2 of these wood rectangles that come in a pack from Dollar Tree, as well as 2 of these wood box bottoms. They're also from Dollar Tree. They come with tops. We don't need the tops. I had to use a previously used wood box for one of them, but that's okay because we are painting them all anyway, so recycling is fine. I took all the block pieces and the rectangles and the wood boxes outside to spray paint them using this Rust-Oleum black gloss paint, which I'll link for you below. And while I was out there, I decided to paint the insides of the 2 wood boxes with some white glossy spray paint before painting the outsides of the boxes and the rest of the pieces with the black paint. To begin assembling, I glue the long U shape to the center of one of those wood rectangles. As you can see me doing here, I am doing my best to center it just by eyeballing it and not measuring. You know how it is, with some space at the top of the U shape as well as the bottom of the U shape. And then I'm going to repeat that on the second rectangle and U-shaped block piece. And I am using E6000 for this. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I am. Then I take one of the wood boxes, and with the open space facing downwards, I center it onto the wood blocks that are attached to the wood rectangle, about 2/3 of the way up from the bottom. Then I repeat that again with the second wood box and the second wood block and rectangle piece, the exact same way as the first one. I take another 5 block set and attach it over the wood box, and it's attached to the 2 ends on those two block sets, repeating that a second time on the second wood box and block piece. I grabbed 2 of these battery-operated push lights from Dollar Tree, and I used the adhesive bottoms on the lights to attach them inside each of my wood boxes. And this is my set of tumbling tower block and wood box sconces. I love the black glossy look combined with the glossy white insides of the boxes, and the white color really enhances the brightness from the push light, making these wood sconces pretty bright for what they are. I think that these would look amazing mounted on a wall with some command strips on the back of the rectangle bases, and are just perfect on both sides of a bedroom door or any wall opening, or flanking some wall decor. Easy, upscale, and made out of all Dollar Tree products. A perfect DIY. For this DIY, I've got 3 very large wood beads and 3 medium-sized wood beads, which I will link for you below, as well as some bamboo skewers like the kind you can get at Dollar Tree. I'm using some hot glue inside the hole of the large bead, and I stick the skewer down in there, and I'm pressing down to flatten down the bottom of the bead and the skewer. I add some hot glue to the top of the bead around that skewer, and then I'm going to add the medium bead on top. I'm using a wire cutter to trim the remaining skewer off the top, and then I use a scissors and a sanding block to try and smooth out that cut off skewer. I add some additional glue to secure it all together and press down on the table to flatten it so both sides are smooth and flat. So then I'm going to repeat that exact same thing 2 more times with the 2 remaining large and 2 medium beads and 2 more pieces of the skewer, so that I am going to end up with 3 pieces containing 1 large and 1 medium bead that are attached together. And these are going to be the legs for our project. I've got this scrap piece of wood I got at Dollar Tree, and the top is really nice, but the short sides are just rough and just awful. So I'm going to cover those 2 short sides with a piece of wood craft stick cut to fit, and I use some wood glue to attach the 2 pieces of craft stick to each of those short sides, and I'm going to allow them some time for that glue to dry. I have a mixture of plain water with folk art antique wax, which I'll link for you below, and I am going to paint all 3 of my beaded legs using the wax and water mixture. I use a dry paper towel to wipe off the excess wax in the water and just basically rub it into the wood, just trying to give the beads a nice warm wood tone. Next, I'm painting the piece of scrap wood with the same antique wax and water mixture on the top and the sides, as well as those craft stick sides and the very rough and very thirsty back of that scrap wood, which luckily will not be seen at all in the project. I'm gluing my 3 beaded legs to the bottom of my piece of scrap wood. I'm using both wood glue and some hot glue because I want both the immediate hold and some long-term hold. So I'm alternating the legs. So there is a medium then large bead on one side as a leg, and then on the opposite side, there are 2 beaded legs that are next to each other, one with the large bead and the medium bead on top, and the other leg that's next to it with the opposite of that. It's the medium bead and the bottom, the large bead on top. And this is my asymmetrical wooden bead riser. And I really like this unique, asymmetrical, modern look of this wood riser. I think it's really interesting to look at, and frankly, it just couldn't get any easier than this to make. 6 beads and a scrap piece of Dollar Tree wood, and voila, you have this modern all-wood riser. For this DIY, I've got this 11-inch wood round, which you can sometimes find at Dollar Tree, but I will also link one for you below. I'm going to stain it using this Varathane wood stain in the color Golden Oak, which I will link for you. I'm staining both sides of the wood round as well as around the entire edge of that wood round. And I do use a dry paper towel to rub away the excess stain. And initially I wanted to use some of this rattan for this project, but I just didn't have enough of it. I only had scraps. So I decided to use this silver placemat from Dollar Tree, and I cut it into a swirly pattern to go across the wood round. I figured I could adjust the color, so I used some of this Rust-Oleum Ivory Silk spray paint on both sides of the placemat to give it this beigey base coat just to start with, and then I allowed that to dry overnight. Now with these kind of placemats, even when the paint is dry, it's still not totally dry, if that makes any sense. So it stays a little tacky, it doesn't feel dry, whatever, we're gonna move on. I did some distress painting with some folk art antique wax and a dry chip brush, just trying to give this placemat a little bit more of a natural kind of wood or rattan kind of look. I did my best. I used some hot glue to attach the placemat to the wood round going across the circle, and I used the parchment paper under the placemat as I went along because, like I said, these placemats never really get all that dry, and I didn't want to get the beige base coat color onto the wood round in a spot where I didn't want it. So I kept the paper under there until the placemat was totally glued down. I cut a very long piece of my favorite thick jute twine, which I will link for you below, and I am using hot glue to attach the jute around the placemat, placing it on one side first, and then I cut another long piece of the jute to wrap around the other side of the placemat. Now, I didn't really plan this pattern out, I just kind of made it up as I went along, so there are no set rules on the pattern. And next, I cut 2 long pieces of this white macrame cord. I got this on Amazon and I'll link it for you below. It comes on a huge roll that, no joke, I have been using this same roll of cord for like 2 years. It's a good value. And I attached that alongside the 2 pieces of jute, following the pattern that I had created. Altogether, I added 5 pieces of the white macrame cord on each side of the design, so that's 10 in total, all following the pattern that I created at the beginning, with all this extra hanging down on the bottom and on the top of my wood round. I unraveled all of that hanging jute and the hanging macrame cord, and I used a dog comb to try and fluff it out just a little bit. It's kind of messy, I'm not gonna lie. There are rope fibers everywhere and all over me, but why worry about the mess? Then I used a scissors to trim both the top hanging side and the bottom hanging side so that they were going to be similar length when hanging upright. On the back, I used some hot glue to stiffen up the cord and jute so that it would cascade down around the top of the wood round when it was hanging upright on a wall. And this is my boho style macrame wall art, and truthfully, I don't love it. I just don't love it. I probably would have liked it better if I had used the actual rattan that I initially wanted to, but I didn't have enough, so what can you do? But I don't hate it either. I think it has kind of a neutral and boho vibe that kind of works for spring. I easily attached a piece of jute in the back to make it easy to hang on a command strip. It has some charm, but you'll have to be the judge. Thanks so much for joining me on this elegant adventure, my DIY loving friends. I hope you're feeling inspired to transform your space with these high-end Dollar Tree DIYs. And if you loved what you saw, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Medicated Housewife DIY for more creative escapades. Share your thoughts on today's DIY creations in the comments below. I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, remember that together we're making the world a more beautiful place, one DIY at a time.